Spain is a true paradise for travelers. It's a country with ancient history and numerous well-preserved medieval quarters and squares. It boasts magnificent architecture by Antoni Gaudí and kilometers of luxurious beaches along the Atlantic coast and the Mediterranean Sea. Spain is also rich in natural landmarks, with places like Serra de Tramuntana and Garajonay National Park, which are protected by UNESCO. In total, there are 48 World Heritage Sites in the country. While tours around Barcelona are the most popular in Spain, it doesn't mean you should limit yourself to just that city, although a visit there for a day or two is definitely worth it. There are many other stunning places to explore. In today's video, I will tell you about the main attractions in the country that you definitely shouldn't miss. La Sagrada Familia Basilica. This landmark is included on the UNESCO list. The Basilica of the Sagrada Familia, also known simply as the Sagrada Familia, evokes various emotions in tourists. The first association that comes to mind is of an ancient church building, but the uniqueness of the structure suggests an otherworldly origin. The creator of this original church is Antoni Gaudí. According to Gaudí's vision, the basilica was meant to represent the Bible manifested in architecture. The magnificent facades were designed to symbolize the main stages of Christ's life, his birth, passion, and resurrection. The incredible acoustics in the basilica are due to its perfect bell system, and the columns, as they approach the vaults, create a fantastic semblance of intertwining tree branches. The construction of the basilica continues solely through individual donations. Its fairy tale magnificence makes it one of the most popular European monuments. The Prado Museum, Madrid. Located on the Boulevard of Arts, this museum is part of a popular tourist route. Its priceless collection includes more than 8,500 paintings and around 700 sculptures. Built at the end of the 18th century, the building became a museum during the reign of King Ferdinand VII, the grandson of King Charles III. It was he who decided to establish the Royal Museum of Painting and Sculpture. The first gallery opened in 1819 and displayed 311 paintings. In 1936, the museum was closed due to the outbreak of the Spanish Civil War. The collection was transported to Switzerland. After the political situation stabilized, the exhibition returned to its original location. Lovers of art from different eras will find something to see in Spain, especially in the Prado Museum. Visitors are greeted by the works of great Spanish masters, including paintings by Goya and Velázquez. The Italian school of art is represented here with the works by Titian, Botticelli, Tintoretto, Raphael, Veronese, Fra Angelico, and Mantegna. The museum also houses Flemish paintings by artists such as van der Weyden, Pieter Bruegel the Elder, Hieronymus Bosch, Jacob Hordense, and Peter Paul Rubens. The exhibition includes masterpieces from Britain, the Netherlands, France, and Germany. Cave of Altamira, Santander. Historians see this Spanish landmark as a primitive equivalent of the Sistine Chapel. This unique cave measures 270 meters in length, and its walls are adorned with prehistoric cave paintings. 7 corridors and 6-meter-high hall all feature these ancient drawings, which tell the story of early humans. The cave was discovered by the little daughter of an archaeologist who had a passion for ancient artifacts. Her attention was drawn by the enormous bulls painted on the ceiling in vibrant colors, as well as the drawings covering the low cave vaults. The most famous part of the cave paintings is a panel with a total area of about 100 square meters. The drawings in this limestone cave depict various animals accurately portraying their behavior and temperament. The incredible attention to detail, including eyes, hooves, and protruding tongues, astonishes with its precision and realism. The texture of the animal's fur, created using various shades of paint, makes the images even more lifelike. Parc Güell, Barcelona. The great architect Antoni Gaudí had a hand in creating another world-famous landmark in Spain. Parc Güell isn't just a collection of greenery. In this area, gardens and residential areas harmoniously blend together, making it somewhat reminiscent of the early 20th century concept of a garden city. The construction was initiated by Antoni Gaudí, who chose the outskirts of Barcelona for this purpose. The design was to be created by the talented architect Gaudí, who was known for his aversion to monotony and straight lines. Gaudí diversified the park's architecture, adorning it with a fantastic combination of colors and curved lines, giving this place a sense of external harmony. At the entrance to the park, tourists are greeted by a pair of gingerbread houses, adorned with colorful ceramics. All the pavilions in the park resemble large cake decorations, but have a very realistic appearance. Painted animals sit frozen in the stairwell openings. Every object in the park breathes life. The columns supporting the promenade gallery can easily be mistaken for trees due to their graceful and subtle curvature. Balancing between the imaginary and the real, the park captivates tourists' imaginations. Colomares Castle, Benalmádena. Some landmarks in Spain have a touch of futurism. Colomares Castle, located in a small resort town, falls into this category. It's often called a legend carved in stone, vividly narrating the discovery of America. Built in 1994 to commemorate the 500th anniversary of the event, it impresses tourists with its blend of styles, which creates a sense of resemblance to lacework. Alongside the part of the replica of Columbus's ship protruding from the wall, the stone also bears 3 other ships that accompanied the explorers' expedition: the Nina, the Santa Maria, and the Pinta. Within the castle's grounds, you'll find the world's smallest chapel, covering less than 2 square meters. Concrete, brick, stone, glass, and wood were used in creating the castle's structures. The architecture of the towers, palace, and fountains symbolizes events that played a significant role in Spain's history. Alcázar of the Christian monarchs, Córdoba. Wondering what to see in Spain to explore architectural styles from different eras? Of course, it's the Alcázar of the Christian monarchs, which is a worthy part of the UNESCO World Heritage List. Thanks to its magnificent gardens, impregnable citadel, ancient Mudéjar-style architecture, and rich history, it's the second royal residence in the world after Seville. Time hasn't spared many of the landmarks in Spain. However, despite several restorations, the Alcázar still remains in its former glory. The main tower and the Tower of the Lions, rising on the main facade, have survived in their original form. In the 15th century, the Tower of the Inquisition was added, the tallest here, and in the 20th century, during reconstruction, the Tower of the Dove was built. Following the principles of Arab architecture, the palace has an almost perfect square shape. Symbolizing the victory of Christianity over Islam, the palace features elements of European Gothic architecture. For instance, the Tower of Homage, with its carved plant ornaments and soaring vaults, contains elements of French architecture. Inside the palace, you can see collections of antique items, carpets, tapestries, unique furniture and paintings. Exhibitions, solemn ceremonies, and presentations are held here. The gardens of the Alcázar, spreading over an area of approximately 55,000 square meters, are a work of art. The grounds are adorned with flower beds, fountains, artificial ponds, and statues of Spanish monarchs. La Rioja, the land of vineyards. There's also something to visit in Spain for connoisseurs of authentic Spanish wines. The Rioja region in northern Spain is renowned for its vineyards. The wines produced here are known for their full-bodied and vibrant flavors. Thanks to the unique soil composition and microclimate, each area here is characterized by its own type of wine. What attracts tourists here? The countless vineyards with wineries, exquisite gastronomy, the hospitality of the locals, and the opportunity to taste magnificent beverages. The number and level of wineries vary. There are traditional ones as well as the most modern ones, owned by large companies and small family-run businesses, both compact and vast. If you want to learn about wine production techniques, tour guides will undoubtedly suggest a visit to La Rioja. Besides visiting the wineries, you can explore various restaurants, wine spas, and stay in a cozy hotel here. When visiting the wine capital of La Rioja, the Fortress of La Guardia, don't forget to check out the Wine Culture Museum with exhibits related to the topic of wine. Historic walled town of Cuenca. This medieval gem is located high above sea level at an elevation of 956 meters. If you're unsure about what to see in Spain, try to visit this ancient Spanish town perched on a rock surrounded by deep ravines. The city's territory is divided into two districts. The new town is separated from the historic center by the Hueca River. The spirit of the Middle Ages is particularly felt in the old part. There's a Gothic cathedral in the central square. While you're here, be sure to visit the Tesoro Catedralicio Art Museum with its collection of El Greco paintings. In the Old Town, you'll find the Mangana Tower and remnants of fortification wall once built by the Moors. The Old Women's Monastery invites tourists to visit the Science Museum located here. The Museum of History will tell you about the city's interesting past. The symbol of Cuenca is the hanging houses clinging to the south side of the Gothic cathedral. You should also visit the House of the Mermaid, the Royal Houses, and St. Julian's Park. Ordesa and Monte Perdido National Park, Spain. Famous landmarks in Spain can be found even in the most remote corners. One of the first national parks, Ordesa and Monte Perdido National Park, is still considered the most beautiful in the country. Ordesa Park was created in 1918, and in 1977 it was merged with Monte Perdido Park. Among all the parks that make up the Pyrenees National Complex, this park is considered the most remarkable. The main attraction of the park is the Ordesa Canyon. It's impressive with its enormous cliffs overhanging the mountain trail from both sides. The Ordesa River flows through the canyon's bottom, fed by streams cascading down the slopes. The lower part of the park is covered by dense forests, where you can encounter many representatives of the forest fauna. There are many waterfalls in the park, arranged in cascades one after another. The most powerful among them is probably the Cola de Caballo waterfall, from which the Ordesa River begins. Cows graze on the park's spacious meadows, and dense poplar and beech forests cover the foothills of the mountains. It's hard to find the right words to describe the beauty of this park. You need to see this natural splendor with your own eyes at least once in your lifetime. Ibiza, Spain. Europe is rich in beach resorts, but the Spanish resort of Ibiza stands out among them. This sunny island on the Mediterranean Sea is part of the Balearic Archipelago, and tourists flock to it in anticipation of the sea and round-the-clock entertainment. The majority of the visitors are young people. The island offers a network of nightclubs with regular shows. The main city of Ibiza bears the same name, and it's known for its excellent infrastructure, a pleasant and friendly atmosphere, and will impress even the most demanding tourists. The old part of the city is surrounded by ancient forest walls. Walking through the winding streets, you can visit souvenir shops, simple cafes, and excellent restaurants. The younger crowd gravitates towards the old fishing district, which is the center of nightlife, with numerous entertainment establishments along its two waterfronts. The island is truly impressive with its nature, which makes even the hottest months comfortable thanks to the sea breeze. Santiago de Compostela, Galicia. For those interested in Spain's religious landmarks, a visit to Santiago de Compostela is a must. It is considered the third center of Christianity after Jerusalem and Rome. At the city's entrance, tourists are greeted by a massive bronze statue of a pilgrim. It seems to be looking at the cathedral, which is surrounded by multi-story monasteries. The building is constructed in the Baroque neoclassical style and has 4 different facades of exquisite beauty. Shaped like a cross measuring 75 by 57 meters, it has a richly decorated altar, atop which stands a wooden figure of St. James. Pilgrims are allowed to climb the pedestal to kiss the figure's shoulder or touch it with their hand. In the city center, you can find street performers, such as mimes, and listen to music performed by student orchestras. Art lovers should visit the Pueblo Gallego Museum with its excellent ethnographic exhibition. This religious city continues to develop, offering tourists advanced communication infrastructure. City of Segovia. Thanks to its historical significance and unique atmosphere, the city of Segovia was included on the UNESCO World Heritage List. The tiny province of Segovia is adjacent to Madrid. Its ancient cities echo with traces of mixed eras: Visigothic, Arabic, Spanish, and Roman. Upon arriving here, tourists immediately head to the most famous spot, the Roman Aqueduct of Segovia. It was built from 20,400 granite blocks without the use of cement. It consists of 166 arches and stretches for 18 kilometers. The Segovia Cathedral, built in the Gothic style, and the Alcazar Fortress also draw the attention of tourists. The Alcazar has served as the residence of the King of Castile, a military fortification, a state prison, and an artillery school at different times. The city is filled with cathedrals and fortresses that you can explore as you stroll through the town. Costa Brava in Catalonia. Where should lovers of the beach head to in Spain? The picturesque resort of Costa Brava is famous for its sandy beaches. It is protected from sea winds by mighty cliffs covered with olive and pine groves. Nature has created a true paradise here. The coastline is generously dotted with small coves, while the economic unattractiveness of the area has left the pristine landscapes untouched, without any docks or ports. The resort area is home to many small, cozy towns that smoothly follow one another. Each town has something unique to offer. In Lloret de Mar, you can attend theatrical shows in a medieval castle. In Tossa de Mar, visit a museum with works by Marc Chagall, and Cadaqués boasts the Salvador Dali House Museum and works by Salvador Dali, while Pubol offers a chance to see the Dali Castle. Blanes provides the opportunity to visit an ancient church, the San Juan Castle, and a botanical garden, while in Palafrugell you can visit the Cork Museum. Each of these resort towns has its own history and traditions. Old Town of Toledo. The significance of this Spanish landmark lies in the uniqueness of its cultures and eras. The ancient capital of the country has preserved its original appearance to this day. Among its world-renowned masterpieces is the Toledo Cathedral. Its construction, which lasted for 3 centuries, involved representatives of many nationalities. The 3-meter tower in the center of the cathedral is made of gold and silver. The cathedral's walls are adorned with originals by Goya, Rubens, Raphael, Titian, and other world-famous artists. Above the city rises the Alcazar, the Arabic fortress, which currently houses the Museum of Armed Forces. A notable attraction is the enormous San Martin Bridge, built in the Gothic style. It is protected by powerful towers on both sides and consists of 5 arched spans. Tourists are also drawn to the Hospital de Tavera, a building built in the Renaissance style. Inside the hospital, there is a museum with works by El Greco, Zubarian, Titian, and Ribera. Monastery of El Escorial, Madrid. Just an hour's drive from Madrid is the monastery and ancient palace of El Escorial. It is astonishing with its imposing appearance. El Escorial is a grand museum and architectural treasure. On a site measuring 208 by 162 meters, you will find 9 towers, 13 chapels, 15 galleries, 16 courtyards, and 300 cells. The building has 86 staircases, 1,200 doors, and 2,673 windows. One of the 2 museums here houses exhibits related to its construction. The second museum is a world-class gallery with works by Titian, Bosch, Veronese, and El Greco. The palace's walls are adorned with carpets woven according to designs by Rubens and Goya. There are over 200 statues in the inner courtyards. The treasury features a collection of silver and gold items with precious stones. The most outstanding exhibit is a unique gospel with pages made of pure gold. The palace's library is second only to the Vatican's. Books here are placed with their spines facing inward to preserve them longer. The ceiling is adorned with a fresco symbolizing the 7 sciences, and the end walls are dedicated to theology and philosophy. Plaza de España, Seville. When it comes to showcasing Spain's best architectural landmarks, Barcelona, Seville, and Cordoba take top positions among Spanish cities with rich historical heritage. In Seville, the attention grabber is Plaza de España, built just over a century ago, specifically for the Ibero-American Exposition. It was designed in a beautiful Mudéjar style, featuring an abundance of intricate blue and white ornate tiles. Today, the square has become a favorite spot for both the local residents and visitors of Seville. The square is oval-shaped and surrounded by a canal. You can even take a boat ride along this canal. 4 bridges along the canal lead to the surrounding buildings, which serve as exhibition pavilions during the exposition. Friends, that's all for today. Like the video, subscribe to our channel, and see you soon.